I'm Rachel Meadows. I'm the Managing Director of IFGL Pensions and we're sat in our Liverpool office. So we've only actually been over here a couple of weeks. So when the business was bought, it was based in an office on the Wirral, on an industrial estate. And one of the priorities that we had as a business was to review where we could access the best talent. So we're really focused on improving the service levels we deliver to advisors and to end clients. And we know that ultimately those service levels are driven by the quality of people that we've got within the business. So we needed to position ourselves so that we were much closer to access pensions and customer services talent. So we're here in the heart of the business district in Liverpool city centre, surrounded by professional services firms, and that really sets the bar in terms of what we're trying to achieve over the next few years. So I've spent the last 18 years in the pensions industry. I started my career as a graduate trainee in a large insurance brokerage and built my career through advising individuals and companies on their workplace pension schemes, so employers, trustees, pension scheme members. Worked through running teams of corporate advisors, building individual advice propositions and running teams of individual advisors. And most recently I was at Broadstone, so I was head of proposition and strategy for defined contribution pensions. So really anything that's UK workplace pension or multinational workplace pension strategy. So always pensions, but always on the advice side, and I think that's given me a really helpful background when it comes to IFGL Pensions, because we're very focused on the advisor market. We're very focused on improving service standards, particularly to the international market and to our UK resident advisor market as well. And I think because I have that depth of advisory experience, I really understand what advisors are looking for. I know how frustrating it is when provider service levels aren't what they ought to be. And I understand the types of questions that clients will put to their advisors as well. So hopefully it gives me a good insight, and I certainly have a long list of things that we want to try to improve and achieve. Good quality product solutions are almost a given. Everyone wants reliable providers that are committed to their markets. I think that's where IFGL Pensions has a real strategic advantage, in that our parent company, IFGL Group, are strongly committed to the international market. They really understand the space, distribution via advisors, so we understand who it is that we're talking to. So I think product and understanding of the market is one thing. I think beyond that, we do want to try to be proactive in helping advisors drive retirement conversations in their market. Ultimately, most clients don't go to a financial advisor and say, desperately want a pension. You know, clients come to you with real world problems. They need to improve their saving, they want to pay for their kids' weddings, they want to be able to stop work. Fundamental, that's number one priority. People want to be able to stop work at some point. So understanding how much you need within your pension plan is massively important, and there's a really low level of understanding, even amongst people who are very bright, very financially savvy, very high-powered careers. When it comes to their own retirement planning, they don't necessarily connect exactly what they need to do and how early in your life you'd ideally start saving to have enough in the pot to fulfil those real life objectives. I think service is fundamental. We need to be able to be very responsive to advisors. We need to be more digitally enabled. So we do live in a digitally enabled world. People are used to digesting information real time, instantly. And whilst the pensions industry has a little way to go in competing with some other sectors of the financial services industry, I think it's an area where driving further use of tech can make a big difference to the market and to member outcomes. So the last year's been quite a busy one for the business. So I came in just after the business had been acquired by IFGL. And the last year has really involved quite a lot of focus on delivering service improvements. So lots of behind the scenes change in terms of process efficiency, and looking at how we can do things better and get answers to queries in people's hands quicker. We've driven cultural change so that we're very focused on service. We mentioned before about the quality of our people playing a massive role in terms of the service level that we can deliver. And we're investing quite heavily in training and development for staff to make sure that we've got the best people at the end of the phone or the email. Our story, therefore, is really one where we've spent the last year setting the scene for the next few years of growth and taking a more active role in both of our key markets. So our two key markets are the international expat pension space, and we're really looking in that space to do more business with our existing advisors, broaden our reach and have conversations with advisors who perhaps haven't worked with IFGL Pensions before, and expand into new territories. Within the UK, we want to firmly establish our foothold within the specialist pension sector. So we are SIP with commercial property and SAS within the UK. So it's a specific market for specific clients who want to hold property in their pension, or who are business owners, or who perhaps are considering intergenerational wealth transfer within their pension plans. So we really want to lift our brand up, have more presence in our markets and grow.